What if the secret to better beef stir-fry is to stop treating it like a stir-fry at the beginning? Many beef stir-fry recipes ask for fillet steak or another prime cut. You cut the steak small, marinate it, then blast it in a hot wok. And quite often, cook it past the doneness, where a prime cut really shines. You end up tasting mostly the marinade. The main reason to use fillet steak is the guaranteed tenderness. This is beef chuck, normally used for braising. Because it's a hard-working muscle, it has much stronger flavors and can stand up to most marinades. But it's not yet tender, so all we have to do is to make this as tender as this. How do we do it? We braise and shake. Into a pot, simply cover with just enough water. Bring it to a bare simmer. All we want is for the heat to slowly break down the tough collagen and turn it into soft gelatine. The filletization of the chuck. You can start seasoning, but personally, I recommend keeping it as neutral as possible at this stage. At most, I will throw in some aromatics to lightly perfume. This way, you'll get a mild beef broth out of it, which you can then use for a braise or a soup. You can then portion the beef to make different stir-fries with different flavor profiles. Now, you want to get to a point where it's tender. You can easily go in with a skewer or a fork, but it's not yet shreddable. Depending on size and the braising joint you use, I suggest start checking after 90 minutes. So this is good to go. For the best result, you want to give it time to cool down in the liquid, ideally in the fridge overnight, so it's great for prepping ahead and batch cooking. When you're ready, we portion and cube our filletized chuck. I like them chunky. You can slice with this method, but it makes the breaking slightly more unpredictable. Of course, what better recipe to demonstrate the braise and shake method than Vietnamese shaking beef? But you can use this for most stir fries. The marinade ingredients now become our seasoning liquid. For fail-proof seasoning, we scale the beef. 350. We want to aim for 1% salt of the weight of our cooked beef, slightly on the salty side, perfect for our garnish or rice. Light soy sauce for salinity, umami, and fermented depth. Optional, dark soy for color and gloss, and a hint of sweetness. Oyster sauce for body, and even more umami. For more on how to calculate the correct salt percentage, you can watch our deep dive here. 1.5% sugar, or sugar equivalent, like mirin or honey, for sweetness and balance. This is what's really going to give us the cling and the gloss. Garlic for some extra savory depth, and we'll finish with a round of fresh black pepper. Now, you can cook this like a stir fry, but the interesting thing is, in this bowl of seasoning liquid, and this applies to many stir-fry recipes, we have something that's capable of the Maillard reaction, the soy sauce. We have something that's capable of caramelization, the sugar. Two things we chase in high-heat wok cooking that would give us complex, meaty, roasted flavors. So, let's take the stress away. No wok, no cast iron, any non-stick skillet you have, just medium heat, just a tiny bit of neutral oil to help conduct heat in the beginning. Filleted chuck goes in, crushed garlic, liquid, straight in. The easiest dinner, providing you do the work before. We first just warm and reduce at the same time. Don't worry too much about the glaze or the cling just yet. That'll all come later. Now we bring the shaking back to shaking beef. And the good news is, it's very unlikely for a filleted chuck to overcook. Look at that. Whew. Once it really starts to bubble, that's when the surface of the pan starts to get past boiling point. Stress-free, Maillard reaction, and caramelization. We used mirin today, but if using sugar, you might want to buy yourself more time for the beef to warm through by adding a bit of water, or even better, the stock that came with the beef. Look at that. Look at this color. No smoke, no stress, no ventilation screaming in the background. No screaming from the home cook. At least not yet. Wait till the plating. Once it's really starting to glaze, optional, but to go the extra mile, we add a bit of unsalted butter, and I'm happy for the milk solids to burn a bit, to give us a bit of nutty note, maybe even a bit of burnt bitterness. The French Wok Hei. Look at that. Talking about the milk solids and the power of the sugar. Look at this color now. Whew. Nowhere near overcooked. Our 1% salt and the bowl of sauce has fully disappeared. Let's plate. Don't forget the black pepper. I should have done it on the stove to get the essential oils going. It's glossy, it's fork tender, it's way more beefy, and you can cook it ahead of time. Oh, and it costs the same as this cube. Would you rather? It's true.